What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. There are two things which I'm going to do today. First, I'll be replacing my tires. So ever since I got this car, I haven't been replacing my tires. So at the same time, I'll be getting a new wheels for my car as I don't really like the look of the stock wheels. So I'll be getting something which makes my car look a lot more sportier. And second, I'll be installing the coilover. So with a coilover, I'm able to adjust the stiffness and ride height of the car. I always like the look of a lowered car. So I'll be lowering down the car for 1 to 1.5 inches down. So once the car is being lowered down, it will lower down the center of gravity, reduce the body roll and makes the car more planted on the road while I'm going around the corner. And it will also reduce the wheel gap between the fender and the tires. And this will make my car look a lot more better. So right now let's head to the workshop to get the new tires and coilover. Alright guys, right now I'm at Fong exhaust, installing my coilover, and later I'll be heading to the next few shops down the road to get the new wheels and tires. guys, so right now I'm meeting a guy who is a freelancer in doing all types of spraying. He does brake caliper spray, car part spray, and even wheel spray. And over the years he has done up more than thousands of cars in these few years. And this is the reason why I'm engaging him to get my caliper sprayed. So the stock color of my caliper is silver in color, and it doesn't really match the color of my car, which is white. And I'm not going for those exotic colors like green, purple, or even pink. And I've seen a lot of white cars with red calipers, and I find it pretty cool. So I'll be getting my calipers to be sprayed in red. So right now I'll be heading to the place to meet the guy. Alright guys, so right now I'm at 219 decal shops. So whenever I need decals, be it for my car or for my R6, always comes to 219 to get my decals done. So right now let's head into the shop. Alright guys, so I finally replaced my tires and my suspension for my Kia Forte. In my past few video I mentioned that ever since I bought this car there was nothing being done to the car. Tires and suspension are pretty worn out. So for the suspension setup that I'm using is the BC Racing Coilover from Fong Exhaust. So BC Racing is from Taiwan and they make fabulous coilover for all types of vehicle. So the model that I'm using is the V1 version, which has the ability of 30 level damping adjustment, ride height adjustment and preload adjustment, which allows me to fine-tune my ride if I'm facing understeering issue or oversteering issue. So the factory setup of the BC Racing Coilover will make your car pretty understeer. So this is the issue I'm facing right now. So I have to resolve the understeering issue by lowering down my front end for about half an inch and increase the rear damping by 2 level. So this has resolved the understeering issue of my ride. So for those guys who are looking for comfort, I wouldn't recommend you to get the coilover because the coilover will make your ride pretty uncomfortable, as the coilover will give you all the feedbacks and you'll feel every single bumps on the road. So the other alternative is to get the lowering spring, but the tendency of you bottoming out your ride is pretty high as the stock shock absorber doesn't work with the lowering spring well. So if you are really looking for comfort, I would suggest you to stay stock. So for my wheel setup, I'm using the Asga racing wheels. So these wheels are from Taiwan and they are pretty similar with the Advanced Racing RS3 wheels. And I'm always a fan of multi-spoke and curvy face wheel. So my most favorite wheels is the Advanced Racing RS3 wheels, and they are pretty expensive. It will easily cost me for about $2,000 for a set of 4. So I doesn't want to spend much on wheels, so this is the reason why I got myself the Asga racing wheels for my wheel setup. It's only cost me for about half the price of the Advanced Racing RS3 wheels. So these wheels is made of forged aluminium and it's pretty light. It only weighs for about 7 kg, which is 4 kg lighter compared to the stock wheel. So the total weight savings will be about 16 kg, which means the sprung mass weight will be reduced, and this will improve my acceleration and I'll be able to go around the corner at a higher speed. So the offset of this wheel is at 42, so it flush really well together with the front body work. And the rear track width of this Kia Forte is slightly narrower compared to the front, so I have to install a 5mm wheel spacer at the back to push out my wheels so that it flush really well together with the rear body work. So right now with a new wheel setup, my Kia Forte looks really great. So the tire that I'm using right now is Goodyear Eagle F1 Asymmetric 5 and the performance is superior. It performs really well on dry and wet roads, be it if you are doing high speed braking or high speed cornering. So basically it's just some cosmetic changes done to the car, like the front bumper lid, sunshade, a few decals on the door, red caliper, new wheel setup, and the lower look of my Kia Forte. So with a 1.6 litre engine, it's pretty sufficient to drive around in Singapore. So I doesn't have any intention to do some performance modifications to the car, as the car will be just driven on the street. Unless I'm going to track, then I'll be considering modding my car for performance. Alright guys, so that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Do remember to stay tuned for my next video for more updates, as I'm having plans for my Kia Forte. And also do remember to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ride safe, drive safe, and bye!
Thank you.